Welcome into WagerTalk TV. I am Drew Martin, joined by Jimmy Adams and Matt Josephs of WagerTalk and SportsMemo.com. We're talking 12 noon Eastern kickoff here. TCU and SMU. Matt Josephs coming to you first. We get Texas Christian taking a little money. It opened pick'em. Now as we're talking midweek, minus 2-point road favorites, 71 being the total. You liking anything in Fort Worth, Texas on Saturday?
Well, obviously the revenge angle goes to the TCU side, and the fact that they're coming off their bye week is pretty good. You look at their injury report, it looks like Morris is not going to play in this game, but they are going to get two defensive players back, and that's going to be big for them because obviously when you talk about SMU football, you're talking about Tanner Mordecai and his great wide receivers. It was a really weird game against Maryland last week. I mean, SMU had some opportunities. There was a very questionable fumble that got overturned. I thought Mordecai didn't fumble the ball close to the goal line. They overturned it, gave Maryland the ball, and Maryland came away with the victory. SMU's defense is kind of scary a little bit here. I'm not a big fan, but they're going to have the home field advantage, and it's a rivalry game. Going for the old Iron Skillet. We love talking about rivalry games. The thing is, I don't know that much about TCU. They bring back a ton of starters, but their two games so far, they went to Colorado, who could be the worst Power 5 school in America, and then they beat an FCS opponent. So I really don't know enough about TCU. So in a way, the fact that SMU has played 3 games and kind of gone through the motions a little bit, I think SMU early maybe punches TCU in the mouth a little bit. And maybe you look at like a first half type of thing with SMU riding the momentum of potentially last week and being at home. But something that TCU probably will help is that they're coming off the bye. It's supposed to be near 100 degrees in this game too. That's going to be a big time factor. I think TCU's talent eventually wears them down, and maybe TCU eventually gets the win. But I might be looking to take advantage early of some SMU momentum with TCU coming off the bye.
Good analysis there, Matt. Coming to you next, Jimmy. I mean, Matt brings up a lot. It's almost like a lot of cross currents here. We get coaching change. Sonny Dykes, Rhett Lashley takes the stage here at SMU, and then hey, the Iron Skillet. Any good name like that, it's always fun to bet on. What are you thinking here, TCU, SMU?
Yeah, so I thought Matt brought up a lot of great points. I wouldn't mind being on SMU early, but I'm going to take TCU for the full game. So TCU's dominated inferior competition so far, 38-13 win at Colorado and a big win at Tarleton. So this game's really about how good do you think the Horned Frogs are, as they haven't proved anything against any solid competition so far. They are off a bye, so an extra week to prepare will really help them. Max Duggan, he's looked as good as you would expect against the level of competition they played so far. We can't completely ignore that they're averaging 48.5 points per game, and they've only given up 445 yards through the air all season through their 2 games, and they only have 1 turnover all season. So always teams I'm looking for there teams that cut down on the turnovers. And then about what we expected out of SMU, they lost by a touchdown to Maryland last week. Tanner Mordecai did throw 2 picks, and he's not going to want to give the TCU offense extra possessions here. But the main difference to me in this game is going to be the SMU defense, and particularly the secondary. I've talked previously about how weak this back unit is, and then they go out and give up a 73.9% completion percentage to Maryland. Maryland didn't throw a ton, but the secondary is weak. They're not going to be able to stop TCU, and that's what makes them unbackable to me here. Couple notable trends. Mustangs 1-4 against the spread, last 5 overall. The road team in this series is 7-0 against the number in the last 7 meetings. So I thought that was very interesting. Give me TCU come Saturday.
All right, good stuff from Jimmy Adams. Check him out, WagerTalk.com. Matt Josephs as well at SportsMemo.com. Guys, make sure to check out the WagerTalk Live Odds screen. We talk about the opener of Pick'em up to TCU -2 in this one. Place to check that out. The best free live odds in the industry. WagerTalk.com. Click on that live odds tab. It shows it to you there. Check it out. WagerTalk.com.